Joe Budden, I can't wait to watch your next podcast. I need to. Wednesday can't come quick enough. This picture look crazy.
Oh, hold on. We gotta. Ak is cooking. We gotta read this slowly. Ninjas wanted the Epstein files and client list till they seen their mans in it. Now they think it's Akademiks have been going crazy on Twitter on his live streams, exposing how all of his peers are compromised because of how they are addressing this Jay-Z situation. Before we get this video started, if you're in need of some money and you really need to find a way to get your hands on some quick cash, there's an app called Free Cash where they pay you to test out video games. You click the link in my description or you scan my QR code to download the app. Once you download the app, you can choose the games you want to test out and they pay you to test it out. It's a really easy way to make a couple extra $100 a month. It is all transparent, it's trackable, it's not a scam. They really do pay you. So if you need the money, download the app by clicking the link in my description and get started now. One of the people that got a lot of backlash from academic supporters for how they cover this Jay-Z situation is the Breakfast Club. So obviously Jay-Z was included in the Epstein file. Somebody sent in a tip to the FBI hotline claiming Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, and others was at an Epstein mansion, and Jay-Z watched them get violated. Well, the Breakfast Club covered it, and how they covered it, a lot of people had an issue with. All the backlash stemmed from this Charlamagne the God Donkey of the Day segments. And I don't even think the audience had an issue with what Charlamagne the God said. I think they had an issue with Charlamagne the God being the one who said it.
Anyway, I mean, the DOJ Deputy AG Todd Blanche said the files do not currently provide enough credible prosecutable evidence to bring new charges against other figures. I would say, well, if you take out all the credible prosecutable evidence before you release the files, of course they don't have enough credible prosecutable evidence, okay? But I want to get to the Pusha T, Jay-Z, Eminem of it all, because that's what went crazy on my algorithm. And I have questions. I have one question. There's one question for the room. What do hate more? Reading or accountability? What y'all think?
I'm sure Charlamagne the God and the Breakfast Club host are like, bro, we're making so much sense. It's common sense. Why are we getting so much backlash? That's because they're kind of avoiding, a very simple principle here, which is if you can't criticize somebody, you lose your right to defend them. Or at least when you do defend them, it looks really weird. You look compromised. You look bought out, right? It's not a good look. Like when Van Lathan and others exposed Jay-Z and Roc Nation for contacting TMZ to run a fake story on Colin Kaepernick to make Colin Kaepernick look bad and take the heat off Jay-Z for working with the NFL, the Breakfast Club said nothing.
Anyway, I mean, the DOJ Deputy AG Todd Blanche said the files do not currently provide enough credible prosecutable evidence to bring new charges against other figures. I would say, well, if you take out all the credible prosecutable evidence before you release the files, of course they don't have enough credible prosecutable evidence, okay? But I want to get to the Pusha T, Jay-Z, Eminem of it all, because that's what went crazy on my algorithm. And I have questions. I have one question. There's one question for the room. What do niggas hate more? Reading or accountability? What y'all think?
Accountability.
Reading.
I think reading too. Okay. I think reading as well. Okay. I don't understand why y'all are so quick to want to tear our own down without doing just a little bit of research.
Remember what I said in the beginning is not what they say, is who's saying it. So far, they've really said nothing wrong. I took a look at the Epstein reading. I got somewhat backlash for covering it, but when I read it, I'm like, bruh, this chick says she got abducted 7 times. This was 1996. It don't really seem like there's any real, tangible, empirical evidence that exists here that shows that Jay-Z was involved in nasty stuff with Epstein. I just didn't see enough. But I can say that because I've been very critical of Jay-Z over the years, right? I've done multiple stories on Roc Nation. But when Charlamagne the God and them saying it's hard to explain. It just come across as compromise, bought out. My family told me that life is 99.9% perception and 0.1% reality. Like, the facts matter, but how people perceive the facts is what really matters. So the Breakfast Club saying, man, y'all like to tear down your own. They're 100% right. Black media, hip-hop media, black folks, we tear down our own, and we got a problem with that. But the leaders of tearing down our own can't have that stance. Like, if there was a white nationalism, if there was a Ku Klux Klan, white supremacy Hall of Fame, the Breakfast Club would probably get inducted. Nobody has done more destruction. Nobody has destroyed black careers more than the Breakfast Club. Can you think about over the years how many careers the Donkey of the Day has destroyed. Think about over the years, like when Joe Budden came to like the Breakfast Club after, I guess, beating, like the DV charges, and the Breakfast Club spent about an hour interviewing Joe Budden, bringing that up almost every other question. So the Breakfast Club has done more damage to black careers than anybody else. So the fact that they are now trying to chastise people for saying, hold on, Jay-Z, this is weird. This already confirms our sneaky suspicion of you.
Okay, by the way, I saw way more headlines about Pusha T and Jay-Z than I did Eminem, but that's not surprising because we love tearing our own down. Even though when you're talking hip-hop, Eminem is one of us, okay? But I don't even like the headlines I saw of him, all right? Connecting Pusha T, Jay-Z, and Eminem to something like the Epstein files? Come on, man. Okay, listen, for everyone who may not know, let me explain to you. Mentions of these artists didn't come from Epstein's personal records. They didn't come from reports supported by law enforcement. Okay, these stories came from a crisis intake report, a public hotline submission, a tip that some random person called in from 2019. They aren't backed by court findings, indictments, confirmed evidence. And if you actually read the stories, they just simply don't make any sense. Okay, what the hell would Jay-Z be doing with Harvey Weinstein and Attorney General William Barr in 1996? That was the year his first album came out. Do you really think Pusha T in 2007 was hanging around Harvey Weinstein and was one of the victim's handlers?
Yeah, that makes sense. But then you also have to say, why was Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein so cool in the first place? Like, the Harvey Weinstein allegations didn't start when Harvey Weinstein got arrested. The entire industry knew that Harvey Weinstein was a creep. The industry knew that Harvey Weinstein was a weirdo, right? Harvey Weinstein and his transgressions was a well-known, open thing in the industry. Everybody knew about it. And Jay-Z was hanging out with Harvey Weinstein probably like up until Harvey Weinstein got arrested. So, again, yeah, we could say, man, the 1996 thing, Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein probably wasn't kicking it or hanging out in 1996. Jay-Z probably wasn't in Epstein's mansion in Florida doing nasty things in 1996. We get that. But when you refuse to critique and bring up the things that make Jay-Z look bad, then you lose your right to defend him, right? I could say the 1996 thing is horrible, but then I can also say, hold on, Jay-Z being friends with Harvey Weinstein, Jay-Z being cool with Harvey Weinstein, well up until Harvey Weinstein got arrested is foul because Harvey Weinstein was known as an industry weirdo for years. Jay-Z had no problem hanging out with a known predator for years. Nobody is going to talk about that. The endless of pictures, the endless of business they have done together.
All you outlets know that people don't read past headlines. So if you put Pusha T, Jay-Z, Eminem in the Epstein files, everybody is going to run with it. And I just be having to sit back and think, do we realize how much we are getting played, okay? Whenever the powers that be want to deflect from what they got going on, they will always throw meat to the blacks, okay? Because they know nobody controls the algorithm like black people, all right? Why do you think they like utilizing black influencers, black rappers, black artists? Because nobody controls the algorithm like we do. Nobody gets people going like us. Oh, Epstein files coming out? Okay, put out some of the stuff from the DOJ tip line. There's some big names in there, and it will be good this weekend because Pusha T is nominated for all types of awards at the Grammys this year, and people on social media, by people, I mean Drake fan pages, will have a field day with this, and they will talk about this so much that it will keep us out of the algorithm. Do we not understand how black culture is being used to protect the agendas of the elite? Okay, Epstein files come out Friday. Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. Black journalists get arrested. President Obama gets threatened with jail time. And just for a little razzle-dazzle, Jay-Z, Pusha T, Eminem, and the Epstein files, all to get your algorithm focused off the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and some of the most powerful people in this world. And sadly, it worked. But listen, when you're black and successful, it comes with the territory. And as my therapist tells me often, you can't have your success without the problems that come with it. And sadly, unserious journalism is one of those problems. Please give all these unserious journalists who just ran with the Pusha T, Eminem, Jay-Z is in the Epstein file story the biggest hee-haw.
Nothing Charlamagne the God said was wrong per se, but look at the reaction. One person says the left is tap dancing like an MF now. Somebody also said, that he's part of the system that covers up for the elites. LOL. He is being used to protect the elite. What the F he on? I don't think Charlamagne the God had a common sense take, but because it's Charlamagne the God and iHeart, whatever they have to say about Jay-Z, people automatically think they're compromised. One person says, quick to defend Jay-Z. Boy, you are compromised. Somebody also says, donkey of the day goes to Charlamagne. You see what I'm talking about? Again, I thought Charlamagne the God had a pretty common sense take. I think Charlamagne the God is correct, right? That, the Jay-Z accusations is sketchy. There's a lot of other things that took place in that Epstein files that we should be paying attention to, right? There's a lot of nasty things that took place that we should, be raising our eyebrows on, right? There's a lot of leaders, a lot of billionaires, Elon Musk asking Epstein, hey, bruh, when's the wildest party I want to come? We should be looking at that instead of Jay-Z. But we look at Jay-Z because obviously, like those are the names that resonate more with us in our community. Akademiks cooked them, bruh. Akademiks just cooked them, bruh. Yo, now it's unclear if this is a direct response to the Breakfast Club, but this came out shortly after the Breakfast Club aired. Akademiks wrote, none of our favorite podcasters finna discuss why the F billionaires emailing about Jay-Z and these other accusations that came out in a U.S. Department of Justice disclosure that they had to create a law for us to get. Yet, they talk about every non-provable gossip situation. Sad. That's a fact, bruh. Ak, you cooking. And every other gossip, they touching. Angela Yee literally had a segment called The Rumor Mill, where all they did was discuss gossip and rumors, and there was nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to Jay-Z, how dare you guys touch on something that's not provable? How dare you? I mean, we don't have evidence. We don't have footage of Jay-Z actually doing this. We don't have the 1996 footage from the Florida mansion of Jay-Z with Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. How could you? All right, down, bro. Unless you have 4K evidence, you can't talk about it no more, man. These folks is crazy, man. Akademiks also continue, and Ak says, ninjas wanted the Epstein files. Oh, hold on. We got to, Ak is cooking. We got to read this slowly. Ninjas wanted the Epstein files and client list till they seen their mans in it. Now they think it's, Ak is cooking, and when he hopped on stream, he called them out by name. But what Ak is saying here is, like the Breakfast Club and others, they're probably going to talk about the Epstein files, and they're going to address the stuff that they know they could probably defend Jay-Z on, which is, it's not credible. It was a random tip hotline. But they won't touch on the things that are credible, which is the pictures, the accusations, the Foxy Brown, Beyonce, Aaliyah. They won't touch on those things. They won't touch on Aaliyah because they understand it don't make them look good.
Child predator. Hey, all y'all niggas who love comment on me, bro. Hey, everybody, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Hey, let me signal here. Hey. I seen everybody do think pieces on supposedly a non-existent event that didn't happen. But I seen everybody role playing on podcasts what is happening if I got slapped or not, which it didn't happen, but whatever, cool. I'll let y'all rock with that. But I need all of y'all to keep the same energy and talk about this. Joe Budden, I can't wait to watch your next podcast. Wednesday can't come quick enough. This picture look crazy. If I watch the next Joe Budden podcast and y'all don't put this picture up and be like, yo, this looked like a preteen boy with a grown-ass man and this shit was wrong, I know y'all biased. Wayno, I need you to talk about this one. Wayno, need you to talk about this one. Whack 100, everybody. The company man, oh yeah, Elliot Wilson. Elliot. There no more Drake news coming for you, brother. This is what you need to talk about. This don't look right, gang. Elliot, why does this picture look like this? I need you to talk about old man Hove. Like, why does picture look like this? What is this? And bro, she look like she middle school, gang. Hey, Ebro, I need you to talk about this one. Charlamagne, I know you got 200 million, but you need to use 200 million reasons to figure out why this picture, this ain't a good look.
Now, obviously, the Breakfast Club, I think, is the first one to discuss it out of who Akademiks named. But, you know, the Breakfast Club did what they usually do, which is like nitpick, right? Like, for example, the last time they covered Nicki Minaj going off on Jay-Z, what the Breakfast Club did was they covered the parts of Nicki Minaj's rant that they feel like they could debunk. But then the other stuff she says, knowing that it was 100% true, like how Jay-Z snaked out Colin Kaepernick, he snaked out like a lot of people. They refuse to cover that. They refuse to cover Jay-Z and his son. Like, they refuse to cover all of that, but they would nitpick what they cover. And it's like, bruh, at some point, it's like, all right, man, like, we're sick and tired of it, bruh. Like, yo, if y'all gonna cover Jay-Z, cover all of it. Don't nitpick the things you feel like, you know, like you can defend him on. Like, this Epstein stuff, yeah, you know, like the tip to the hotline, is it 100% credible? It's not. But they're nitpicking, all right? They chose to cover that instead of covering the entire Nicki Minaj rant on like Jay-Z last night, you know, where she brought up a lot of compelling points. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe Ak has a point when it comes to people and covering Jay-Z, right? Is the industry biting their tongue? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, or here on my screen to find out how the Jay-Z saga got 100% worse since our last update. I covered the entire thing last night, right? So in this video, we only discussed, you know, people not responding, but in the last video that you probably didn't see, I discussed the full Epstein file, the full backlash from it, the repercussions that's gonna come and everything. So click on this video right here if you haven't seen it. I'm gonna see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Send a hype to this video too. Please send a hype to support me. All right, that's how you support small creators. So if you support me, please send a hype to this video to help push it in the algorithm. Out of here, folks. Peace.